All right. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to have you this morning. Basically and purely greeting you from my home, right? From my home here in Masaka in Uganda. I'm one of the people who love working from home, right? And I'm one of the people who love staying home full time. It was my dream, and it has been my dream for a very long period of time. And I have my mentor who works from home. And every day when I speak to him about this idea, he tells me, Julius, this is the best thing you can ever do in your life. And basically, when I was able to meet the right opportunity, that I was convinced 110% about it, and that is cryptocurrency. I had to go an extra mile and also pray to God to give me an opportunity in cryptocurrency that could give me the ability to make this dream of staying home the best thing that could provide the financial freedom and the time freedom itself to create the life that I would love to live in. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have anybody who employs me. I'm my own boss, ladies and gentlemen. I stay home with my family and I do what I want to do. Let me tell you this funny story. When I first saw network marketing, in the book written by Robert Kiyosaki, The Business of the 21st Century. By then, I read so much and I was wondering if there is anything like this in the world, anything that could provide the lifestyle ever dream about. And I believe for the very, very, very first time, so many network marketers all over the world have been able to express that it has taken me 13 years to be financially free. Maybe it has taken me 10 years, maybe 7 years, maybe 5 years. But I've never seen a business that you can give a laser focus within a period of maximum 2 years. Your life can never be the same. So welcome to our morning training today, but basically and purely, welcome to the crypto world. The crypto world is the first business also. It's the first business. This is like electricity in the 1900s. You know, it is the first business that provides everybody the ability to become rich no matter when you join. I don't know if this statement could make sense to somebody. If you had thought you had missed out on cryptocurrency, an average person bought the Bitcoin at 25,000, 24, 25,000. And if the worst gets the worst, we might break down up to 25 to 23,000 or to $24,000. All right, as we look at the candlesticks, if the worst goes to the worst, if the bulls don't pull up and we get back to around 35 or 34,000, I believe we shall cross down to 25,000, 23, 24, where the average person who has ever purchased the Bitcoin was able to purchase it at that price. But as we get into cryptocurrency and basically and purely this morning, we break down the ability to trade crypto, the ability to buy and sell crypto. One of the flattering challenges we all have faced is the ability to land into floating loss. But I have the good news for you, ladies and gentlemen, this Monday morning on the 9th of May, 2022, that the business we have has the power and the ability to use the two main principles that this application has for us to turn a market that is against you into a market that is profitable for you. And that's going to be one of my main sharings today. And if everybody could go and teach this down their lines, ladies and gentlemen, people will never cry of floating loss. Okay, before I get started, allow me to recognize different protocols onto this call this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, business associates, but most importantly, I want to recognize all the ladies, all the mothers in the house. Okay, all the mothers in the house, I want to celebrate your presences because of you that we are living. So I want to celebrate all the mothers. I want to celebrate all the mothers this morning, although it was yesterday. So I want to celebrate all the mothers on this call. Thank you so much for the work you are doing for the world. Beautiful. With that, ladies and gentlemen, okay, let me start with the V1s, all right? The most important people are the people who have made a decision to start this business. And if you are V1 in the house, ladies and gentlemen, you could give me some thumbs up, and I would love to celebrate you this morning, all right? I would love to celebrate you in these few minutes. Give me some thumbs up. You are V1, all right? Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, when you check your back office, you don't see a sign of V2. When you open, it says V1, V1. So we want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate you because Royalq, ladies and gentlemen, provides the ability and the power for everybody without any hierarchy to make money. Any hierarchy to make money. And this morning, I'll be focusing my training, and I'll be focusing my energy to celebrate the V1s because we are all V1s in trading, right? We are all V1s in trading because the first way of making money in Royalq, which is the trading income, doesn't look at any rank, right? Doesn't look at any rank. Everybody, no matter where you come from, you can be able to make profit, no matter your rank, using the first way of making money in Royalq, and that is the trading income. So we want to celebrate you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, okay. Also want to celebrate the V2s, all right? The V2s, that is the first block of our business in the Royalq opportunity. And I want to celebrate you for deciding not to trade alone, but deciding to trade with a couple of 20 people under you. And your duty and your responsibility is not the position of V2. Your duty and your responsibility is to make sure the 20 people in your team are making money. All right. Yes, it is true. They joined and they made mistakes and they made losses, but they need to learn. But if you're not willing to learn, well and good, you cannot push someone to learn what to do. But if they're willing to learn perfectly and purely, it will be very, very potentially important if you teach them. I want to celebrate the V3s, and this is one of the amazing ranks, all right? This is one of the amazing ranks. And if you become a V3, you perfectly and purely qualify to meet with us in Dubai on the 24th, 25th, 26th, right? This coming September. Although I haven't yet confirmed, but it seems like right. It seems like some of us could be in Dubai sooner than that. Especially, I believe. Okay, I don't want to break this day, but I think at the right time. Okay, I've seen a couple of people who will be in Dubai this coming week. All right. Okay, but I believe, ladies and gentlemen, in September we shall all be there. So make sure. The previous week, it had a lot of challenges. We are not able to start our training schedule for the V2s and above. And if you're on that platform, I'm about to draw down my program, and we're going to do Zooms every single day, skilling you up with networking skills you need to build your business to another level and be able to build your team. All right, from V3s, I want to respect the V4s on the call, and perfectly and purely, I'll go to the V5s on the call. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In when electricity was introduced, and that was 1900, the introduction of electricity was one of the biggest waves that created so many multi-millionaires by then. And we believe now most of the world has been filled with electricity, like most of the world will be filled with cryptocurrency. And when we talk about crypto, we also talk about the blockchain system, a security system that has provided the ability for us to really be able to send and receive money at low costs, which is very, very important, but also perfect and purely acquire crypto assets and be able to make profit from them. But then making profit from crypto assets is one of the challenging things all over the world. Why? Because so many people have really tried to see that they could make profit from crypto assets, but things have not moved their way. An average person, according to the studies I've done throughout this weekend, an average person starts to make good profit when they have done 3 years in cryptocurrency, right? 3 years in cryptocurrency, an average person can be able to really make profit. So I really, when I studied about this idea of someone to be able to make profit in cryptocurrency, he needs an average of 3 years. And the reason why it takes an average of 3 years is because for their very, very first time, when they invest their money, they are overexcited to become rich like tomorrow morning, but they end up losing their money and they feel like hating themselves down the block. So when Royalq sat down, ladies and gentlemen, since 2017, and looked at the different avenues, when we talk about crypto, we can go an extra mile, talk about crypto landing, we can go an extra mile, talk about crypto trading, we can go an extra mile and talk about crypto hodling, we can go an extra mile and talk about the 5, I call them the 5 pillars that people can use to make money in real crypto. Now, I'm not talking about you guys who join scams. I'm not talking about people who decide, if you are here and you are very comfortably enjoying scams, you are sending your money from your wallet and giving it to this company, and this company is collecting capital like it happened in IPC, like it is going to happen very soon in COTPS, where people are sending their money to this so-called company, and since they are depositing their money to their wallet, these guys are collecting this money and taking this money to trade, then pay these people pennies every 2 hours. And because, so many people all over the world don't want to invest in time to learn what they're getting into, they keep on losing and getting to zero all the time. So this morning, as I'm going to break down the Royalq opportunity on how you can use it to maximize profit and make profit every single day from your business, ladies and gentlemen, based on knowledge, it is very, very important to understand the following facts if you are new in business. 1, Royalq is the first business all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, that allows you to take charge of your money in your own wallet. I want to repeat my statement. Allows you to take charge of your money in your own wallet without you sending your money to anybody. Without you sending your money to anybody. Like, ladies and gentlemen, your money is in your wallet. Your money is in your wallet, and since your money is in your wallet, ladies and gentlemen, it's you in charge of your money. And so it is very, very important to understand how the money that is in your wallet, with discipline, to understand how you can instruct the robot to pick your money from your USDT bank office where you are keeping your money to be distributed in different crypto assets in an organized manner. When I talk about an organized manner, is having what I could call a trading plan. Oh my God. Thousands and thousands of people lose money without having a trading plan. And I would give myself as an example. I'm sorry, it's a little bit cold where I am. The environment in Uganda is one of the best, but these days we are into one of the times when the environment is crazy, right? Okay, so just a minute. I want to make sure. Okay, beautiful. All right. I hope I'm better. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. So it is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, as you, the user of Royalq, with discipline to understand how to provide the instructions to your bot. All right, let's go. Royalq has the power, ladies and gentlemen, to turn a market that is against you to a market that is profitable for you without any skill. When I speak about this, people usually say, Julius, you might not be speaking the reality. Let us go and a little bit create the sense of the meeting today. Let me go a little bit. Okay, a little bit to, all right. By the way, before I get started, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, introduce to you all those that have challenges, especially the network builders, all right? You are the network builder and you have been having challenges with maybe seeing your trading profits, all right? Seeing your team trading profits, or if you have not been seeing the profits that are coming from your team members, all right? Allow me show you this icon into the Royalq application, where if you have challenges, even if you are trading, allow me to introduce you to this icon called the money flow problem. Right, the money flow problem. The money flow problem is an area in Royalq where it depends. What is your money flow problem? Is it withdraw? Is it deposit? Is it activation fee? Is it referral bonus? Is it fuel? Is it team rewards? Is it peer rewards? All right. Is it peer rewards, global bonus, system adjustment, direct revenue, or activated peer income that you are having challenges? What do you do? For example, if it is team rewards, right? You write in the team reward. You take a screenshot of the team reward challenge that you have, write it as a description, drop it into your description, send it to Royalq, and basically you'll be receiving a feedback from this amazing team of Royalq. Let us go to the two main strategies. And basically, the reason why we call you every morning is to share the two main strategies: the quantitative trading parameter setting tutorial and the martingale strategy of never going out of position. I'm going to explain the two and also share with you why it is important, why it is key, why it is important for you to learn the two to keep winning all the time, and understanding that if you learn to set the two, you have the power, ladies and gentlemen, to turn a market that is against you into the market that is profitable for you. I want to repeat, to turn a market that is against you into a market that is profitable for you. Okay, this announcement I've seen here, and I would love, okay, but I'll go back to my topic. But I've seen a good announcement, you know, when I'm going to, okay, I don't like this. All right, but I'll check here. Okay, let me get back to to my topic. I will see it. Now, let us start with sorry for that. Let us start with the quantitative trading parameter tutorial. And this is the first thing. And this is really what I usually talk about, that this is what we teach, okay, on how to set a strategy for your trades. On how to set the strategy for your trades. And while we talk about this, I just want to explain a few that are very important, all right? So that from today, these get into your mind. So check before quantitative trading, all right? Okay, we go slowly. You can open your back office and follow with me this morning. Is that after binding Binance or Hobby API, make sure that the transaction funds are transferred to your spot trading account, and the read and the transaction permission are checked with the API is bounded. That's the API bounded. The Royalq has a pre-charge fuel greater than 2 USDT, and the software will remind you if it is less than 10 USDT. That's the first. Quantitative trading set instructions. A, click quantify. Select the currency to be billed. Click on the currency to be billed. First, click trade settings in the lower corner of the page. 2, I'll be fast, then I go practically. B, open the trade setting interface, set the strategy parameter, and get a suggested strategy. To get the platform default recommended strategy, click confirm in the upper right corner and start trading. Now, what do these parameters mean? 1, first buy-in amount. The quota purchased when the robot is started for the first time. A quota, part of your money, part of your capital. 2, open position double. After opening, the purchase amount will be doubled each time the first buying amount is purchased in a cycle, and the position will be calculated according to the first amount doubled. So when you click on open double position, you are doubling the first buying amount. Let's go. Margin call limit. Now, why am I teaching this, by the way, before I continue? This is the biggest challenge. I've seen friends who have experience in trading still transferring the same knowledge. Some of these are my close friends. They're my close leaders. They're still stuck in the same, they're still moving with the same knowledge they have in crypto trading into Royalq. And that's why they are suffering with floating loss. That's why they are dying in floating loss. I've been in the crypto market space for some time. I have experience in crypto. And because I have experience in crypto, this would be a walkover. Oh my God. Are you serious? Are you serious? Without taking time to understand how this app works? Never that way. They're dying in floating loss. And Julius, from a village behind a village, where village people gather to solve village problems, that doesn't have experience in crypto trading, but taking time to read this application. I want to go back, then come back here. That is just reading the instructions of the application. He makes profit every day. He makes profit every day. $1, $6, 1.7, 18, 33, 36. Why? Because Julius keeps everything simple. Julius says you don't need to have experience. Why? Because Royalq is teaching everything for free. So you need to burn the bridges. You need to burn the barrier of your previous knowledge. Burn the barrier of saying I have experience and open your mind for new knowledge. Then we have what we call margin call limit. When the number of replenishment means buying times, exceed the set times, the upper limit will appear and the system will stop buying. Number of times you want your bot to buy. Hold position, take profit ratio. Take profit will be triggered after reaching the preset stop profit ratio in the hold position mode. I'm going to do practical. Hold position, take profit callback. When the preset take profit ratio is reached, the preset take profit callback needs to be called back and the system will clear the position and sell. Simple. Margin configuration. Display the number of buys, replenishment means buying, according to the upper limit replenishment and set corresponding drop and replenishment quantity buying callback. In the full margin mode, after reaching the preset margin percentage trigger, the system will cover the margin only after the callback parameter of the margin call needs to be rebounded. Distribute all these and subposition, the function, all these are explained in the quantitative trading parameter setting tutorial. And that's what we talk about. That's what we talk about. But before I want to gather this together. The martingale strategy that doesn't go out of position. When some of you get floating loss, you start complaining, my floating loss. Maybe you are not managing your margin calls better. You are not managing your margin calls better. And in my country, they call them the Vachara Chimpade. And people who have some knowledge are taking advantage of you because you are not taking time. Okay, I may not be able to read all this, but okay, let me read it for you because some of you even will not read it. The martingale strategy that never is going out of position. Traders with a little bit of experience know that Martin most of the times refers to loss making increase. Strategy is to cover your liquidation. It was even dismissed as a garbage strategy by some people. What is even more exaggerated is that some foreign trading teams spent tens of months and invested millions of funds to develop a quantitative trading system. That's why, by the way, that's why, okay? That's why, even as we speak right now, there has never come a trading app. And let me finish. And finally developed a product that would cover your liquidation. In fact, the instance is still not out of Martin's thinking strategy. They have so many apps have come up. There is this recent one. They call it the arbitrage. This one where you are sending your money to these guys to use your money and pay you. Yes, you, the first joiners, you are going to get paid. But the people will join later. These guys will disappear with their money. It can be circulated in the market for more than 100 years. It was invented by a Frenchman, Martingale, in the 18th century. I'm about to start my topic, but I want to give it a basement of what I'm talking about. There is only one reason in the theory this strategy will never lose money. That's what they say. But this may be a joke made by God with human beings, because the theory is indeed that they will never be a loss. But in fact, no one can escape the end of liquidation with this strategy, because people who use this strategy overestimate the scale of their funds. Listen to this. The premise of never losing money is that you have unlimited funds and you can continue to increase your position as much as you lose. But in fact, if you really have unlimited funds, you will still make a deal. The question is, if you use the martingale strategy and you don't have unlimited funds, you have so much funds, the question is, will you still make a deal? Obviously, no one has the conditions of unlimited funds. None of us, even if you have $1 million. Today, there are still a large number of investors still using the martingale strategy. Why? The answer is here. In humanity, in theory, never lose money, which perfectly confirms the human thinking of not accepting loss. Losing money is called cutting meat. No one wants to cut his own meat. The question is there any way to keep Martin's strategy from liquidating, of losing money? The answer is yes. Today, I will share with you how the Martin strategy achieves sustained profitability under the premise of ultra low risk. A good strategy must have predictable risks. That is, we don't know how much money we make, but we must know how much money I will lose at most. In this way, it is easy to set other parameters. That's why when someone asks me, Julius, how much money I will make when I join your Royalq business, I don't know how much money I'll make. So how do I know how much I lost? I'm about to come to the end, but I need to make this clear. Answer: measure and calculate by parameters such as order quantity, increase ratio, increase times, stop loss points per order, etc. Low risk is easy to achieve. For example, the first order is 10 USDT and the increase ratio is 2. The maximum number of orders are 7, and the stop loss points of each point is as close as possible to increase the interval, and the trail stop loss must be open. If you follow the above thinking to do risk control, you can at least do it with very little loss. After determining the ultra loss, you have to do how to improve the success rates of placing orders. And the question is, how do we improve the success rates of placing orders? The answer is raising the barriers to entry, such as using classic statistical principles to monitor price changes, increasing degree of difference and depression indicators, etc. to filter. And if you want to seize more opportunities, you can only need to shorten the trading cycle, such as 5-minute chart. You want more opportunities as long as multiple currencies are running at the same time. The winning rate increases and you can naturally trade calmly. Following this line of thinking, we developed the martingale product, Royalq. This product can guarantee that in any transaction situation, it can be done, never liquidation. Royalq is an adaptation of the Royal Quantitative System team based on Martin, essentially old classic European speculative tactic that solves the problem of martingale shortcomings small gains, big losses, in order to achieve long-term, stable transactions. Royalq parameters have been fully open to users, and everyone can customize transactions depending on their own ideas. Okay, now let's go. I know it was a little bit tiring. Now, after you have selected a coin you want to trade, even if it is a signal given to you, it is very, very important for you, ladies and gentlemen, even if you are using the change percentage, where you are buying the bottom and you are waiting to sell high, all their signals being provided to you. I want to emphasize this important point of you being able, ladies and gentlemen, to set up margin calls, to set up your capital and say, if I have $800, I will use 20% of my capital, which is maybe if you're using one shot or cycle, it's up to you, and then provide another fund to help me when the market goes against me. I want to repeat that statement. Because when you do that, for example, I'm still here waiting. If this market goes against me more than this, my robot will buy more. And when it buys more, ladies and gentlemen, the average price will move closer to the current price, and I'll be able to get out of that trade. How can you do that? You can only do that, ladies and gentlemen, by having margin calls that help you, that when the market goes a little bit deeper, the robot will buy. When the robot buys, like the explanation I've just done, the focus will be on the quantity that will have increased, which will cause the average price to move closer to the current price. And you can be able to jump out of that trade than you being in too much floating loss for a very long time. And unless you learn to set the margin calls using the dollar cost averaging method, the power to buy more when the market is cheaper, ladies and gentlemen, even if you'll be buying with $10, you'll be far away, ladies and gentlemen, in taking the market back to a profitable market, and you will always sleep with profit all the time. I want now to go into questions. If you have understood that point, the challenge of the cause of the floating loss is people being indisciplined while they are trading. Is people thinking that since someone has given them the signal, they need to put all their $100, all their $50 in that signal, believing that this signal will work perfectly for them. Ladies and gentlemen, this signal can go against them and the market goes down. Yet all your money is still the first order amount. Since it is still the first order, it is that first time the robot entered the market. And since it entered the market the first time, it will keep on that average price, ladies and gentlemen, and you find that you are not able to get out of this trade, and you keep in this trade as you are keep waiting. Now, like I said, people are crying of floating loss, ladies and gentlemen, because they are not managing their wallets right. Okay, it doesn't matter which coin you are trading, right? It doesn't matter which coin you are trading. What matters is the ability, ladies and gentlemen, of you setting margin calls in your favor, caring about your capital. And like I've read my statement, that you have the power to set depending on your idea. And your idea may not be, you are not good at analyzing the market. The idea will be dependingly on the performance of this particular coin that you are trading. Let me open my margin calls. All right. When the market falls, your robot will always have the power to keep buying. Okay, now questions, ladies and gentlemen. Questions, right? Like I've said, there is no special formula for setting margin calls. You set your margin calls depending on your capital, right? Let's go. Yes, Pascal. Yes, Pascal, please.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah. What I want to ask is based on what you've taught so far, to survive this floating loss, we should apply the DCA method, dollar cost averaging, right? Dollar cost average.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, because I took 3 trades last week, and since then I've been on floating loss. I don't want to close out. You understand? So I had to join this. I joined recently. I've not known much about it. So I'm asking, to survive this floating loss, we have to set our trade on DCA method, and based on the teachings, like the method you've showed us on how to set our margin costs and all that, right?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, this is what is really confusing so many people. They think there is a certain okay, for example, I come here and I want to trade. Now you see, in times like these, I can pick any trade. For example, let me say, I pick, I usually love the bottom, but let me say I pick which coin. See. Any, now I can pick any, by the way, without even emotions. Okay, so let me say I pick inch. I don't need to analyze the market. I'll start my trade depending on me. My first buying amount is usually 100. Then I come on the margin calls. I put the margin calls depending on my capital. And I cater for the worst of the market. Sorry, I don't know why. Why are margin calls, my margin calls not showing up? Oh, is it? Oh, there is 0. All right, let me put 5. And now these are default settings. If I use the default settings, which could be okay, but these multiples will finish my money. So what will I do? I will say, now this is in times of 4. You see these are multiples of 4. These are in 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. But I can determine these me depending, even not using multiples, but depending on my capital. And I'll look at the multiples of buy, I myself, also depending on my capital. So that when this coin goes against me, my robot can be able to buy. It invests in little, but it gets high quantity. That's what I'm trying to explain. All right. Okay, I've seen some charts here. I think let me hand over the chart. Okay, my question wasn't answered last time. I asked what's the difference between position amount and position quantity? What's the difference between position amount is the amount of money you have invested, and position quantity are the number of coins, you have bought. Someone is saying poor network. Is it true? I doubt. So position amount is the amount of money you have invested. Thank you so much. While position quantity is the number of coins you have purchased. Wow. Thank you so much, Leader Eunice. Right, next. I have not traded for a week because of floating loss. I have not mastered the strategy you are teaching now. I can't borrow from other dormant coins because I have borrowed before. This has discouraged me so much. Now, what has discouraged you? I don't understand what has discouraged you. That floating loss has discouraged you. No, floating loss should not be discouraged. Floating loss is an opportunity, by the way. Okay, floating loss is an opportunity. And the reason why you might be floating so much is because you are not using margin calls. You are not managing your wallet. Your first buying amount should be maximum of either 10% or 20% of your capital. Then you use the rest of the money to help you accumulate the number of coins so that you can turn the market that is against you into the market that is profitable for you. But if you put all your money, let me say you have $100 and put your all $100 in this coin. When this coin goes below that entry price you have entered the market, you will start floating. So they should not be discouraged. The issue of borrowing from one trade, taking your money to another trade, me personally, I would say I better go and build a team, right? And make money, then come and set margin calls for that, right? And that's why I didn't sleep the whole night. I was speaking to people, and I think Siri will be activating today. So instead of me borrowing, me personally, some leaders it's working for them, but me personally, I want to accumulate that coin because it's now cheaper. So for example, let me use this example to show you. At first, okay, all right, me personally, I know some leaders it works for them, and me personally, when something works for another person, I'll never fight it. For example, if I'm trading TRX, okay, fortunately my TRX will do well, by the way. What I would do, I will now focus on finding more money to buy when this coin gets cheap, to invest in more. And me personally, I don't trade so many coins. I trade little. When I win that trade, I trade another trade. So that's how I could express myself. That the best way, instead of you borrowing, go and find capital, because the reason why you are floating, you didn't have margin calls. So you better have money and be able to trade perfectly. Am I correct if I said that that person with little capital should not use the sync strategies? Now, ladies and gentlemen, okay, when I started the business, I was one of the people who promoted the sync strategy. But now remember, I'm trading depending on this guy's mind. I'm not trading depending on my own mind. Okay, this guy tells me, if you have $100, okay, sync my strategy. And I sync his strategy. I really don't know on how percentage this guy said the market will go. If it goes well, yes, I could have less floating loss. But me, I discovered I was on this guy's strategies. I was not making money, and I was floating for a very long time until I said, this idea I can use myself, right? So if someone has little capital, you better learn to set the strategy by yourself, because it is possible. So she said, so when you think strategies like JD Winner, for instance, especially for someone who has already joined and is yet to learn how all it works, do they sit and watch or use other strategies? The first buy is 10 example, we are using manually. Okay. All right. Now, for example, if you are here and you know what to do, for example, I ask someone, me, when I'm going to help a new person start the business, I bring everything on table and I say, look, there are three ways we can trade. One, we have master traders. You can copy their strategy, follow their strategy, and you will make profit, although the profit will be little. Two, we have the one-shot strategy, where you can be given coins that will do well at the moment. And what you need to do, these coins are provided both by Royalq, and also we have leaders who give us signals. But what you do, you need to learn how to set the margin calls. If the market goes against you, you make the first buy amount huge, 20% or 10% of your capital. Then we set the margin calls. If the market goes against us, we can be able to bounce back in profit. Then the person tells me, Julius, I want to use a copy trader. Then I say, okay, good. Let us speak on these copy traders. That's my approach. So I provide the knowledge, then someone makes decision. I don't want to take someone's, okay, someone says, but me, I don't know what to do. But I've been teaching it here. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I think I need to do an extra. I've been doing it, but last week it was really not easy for me. Run that extra evening Zoom for the people who are new and they don't know what to do. Let me go back here. Okay, is it feasible that you can get up to $50 daily? Is it investment or networking? How much should invest to get $50 daily? Can you provide the strategies? Okay, it is possible if you trade with one shot. It is not about your capital, it's about the market. I've seen myself make these profits. I've seen my profit. But if someone talks about $50 a day, and you want it to be consistent, I don't control the market. The amount of profit you make depends on the market. I really don't control the market, all right? Okay, so this is not a return on investment that I know how much you can make. I don't know how much you can make. You don't want to network. If you want to make $50 a day and you can share the business, it's a guarantee in sharing the opportunity. Still the question, please. What if we are floating loss for days and still the floating loss? What do you suggest we can do in this situation? Should we close out and leave the trade? No. If you need to put in more money and open margin calls. If you don't have money, then wait, the market will bounce back. So you open margin calls, or for example, I'm going to show you. If I'm in floating loss and I didn't set the margin call from start, can I say, yes, you can set the margin calls now. You can set the margin calls now. All I should buy the dip. Okay, I already opened the trade last week. Can I still buy the dip and I buy more and I invest more money? Yes, set your margin calls right and be able to purchase more down the line. Some of us have already entered floating loss. How do we set our margin calls to come out of floating loss? As long as I have USDT, I'm gonna show you. Okay. So when should we sync strategies like JD Winner, for instance, especially for someone who's already joined and is ready to learn? But this one I've answered. Okay, thank you so much, Leader Annalyn. Okay. Yeah, if you don't have capital to you don't have capital to open margin calls, just be patient. The market will bounce back and you'll be able to sell. All right. You know, if you don't have enough capital, just be patient. The market will bounce back. All right. Okay, but if you're already in floating loss, what could be the approach? Okay, if I have a floating loss like this here, all right, it's going deep. What I can do, all right, what I'm going to do is to come here and open the margin calls, all right? What you do, you go and open the margin calls. And if the margin calls here, I just need it to, I don't want to open now, but I'm gonna open. If the margin calls here already fall, then come and change your strategy mode to the submit mode real-time settlement, right? Why? So that when the market goes deep, right? The market goes deep, you can be able to make money in the submit mode. Now at a submit mode, okay, we have two ways we make profit. We have the whole position take profit, which moves from the first call to the fourth call. These have the same take profit. But if your robot has already bought more than 4 calls, then you have a potential to enjoy what we call the sub position take profit, which moves from the 5th call to the 100th call, right? So when the robot has bought the 5th call and above, then you come here on the distributed take profit allocation. For example, if I had, let me say, 10 margin calls, right? Then I configure on how I want my bot to buy, right? I want my bot to buy from the 6th to the maybe to the 10th, and I confirm this. Then I need to give how they will take profit. Then let me say, I say from the 5th call, maybe take 2%. Then here take 2.5 because each call is here is independent, all right? Then here, let me say I take 5%, right? Let me say maybe I take 3%. Then here, let me say I take 3.5. I take more profit in the sub position because the robot has been able to buy this coin when it is cheap. I can even take up to 8%. Then I confirm this. All right. Then when I save it, it means I come and change the strategy mode to the submit module time settlement, meaning when the robot buys the 5th call, it will come and its take profit will not be 3%, its take profit will be 2%. When it buys the 6th call and the market bounces on the 6th call, my robot will not take 3%, it will take 2%. When it bounces on the 7th call, it buys the 7th call and the market bounces on the 7th call, it will take 3%. Like that, depending on the number of the margin calls you have been able to set. But I will turn this to 5. I'm going to open my margin calls after this call. Let me come back. Don't know whether it's now clear to you. I'm finding it difficult to sign up people. The people I talk to think crypto is a bubble. Where can I get people like us? And what should I be sharing to get them signed? All right. Okay. All right. Now, this one is talking about the networking part. Okay. Today is Monday. Okay. Catch up tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be sharing networking skills. All right. Tomorrow, I will do networking skills. Okay, so networking skills. If you want to find people like us, all right. So networking skills, what do you need to do? Where do you find the people, right? Using social media. Basically, build online. And I'm not one of the people who do a lot of events. I build my business online. Let's go. Let me just give you a sample space. What do I do? Just a sample space. How do I spend my time? Okay, I spend my time, okay, sharing the opportunity. Like you see, this is Margaret from Ghana, all right? And good, then. Are you into any crypto business because this is the future? No, please. I heard it is expensive to get started. Oh, no, it's simple, my dear, as long as you're waiting plan. Slowly. Okay, here we go. This is Tumushabe, okay? Here we go. She comes. Okay, I tell her, come and we do cryptocurrency. Then she tells me, you earn depending on your capital. Hey, how? Then I start to explain. So it is all about, I usually say network marketing is numbers game. This one, I'm also explaining the business. It's numbers game. You speak to as many people as possible, right? You speak to as many people as possible. It is numbers game. I really believe network marketing is numbers game. And since it is numbers game, you speak to as many people as possible. And by the way, if someone is new into crypto, this could be the right time to get into cryptocurrency because they are buying purely at a good low range, right? They are buying purely at a good low range. So tomorrow, my sister, I was speaking about networking, right? Networking skills. Okay. Sir, talk about the submit mode more. All right, let me get in there. Thank you. I've done a lot from this session. Looking forward for the next one. Beautiful. Right, so let's go back the submit mode. Right, let's go. Okay, now, there are two ways we take profit from the Royalq application. Remember, the rule is, okay, the rule is, ladies and gentlemen, is to set your robot in a picture, to help you take profit in two ways. One, in the whole warehouse position or the whole position take profit, which is from when my robot buys from call number 1, 2, 3, and 4. All this, the take profit is 3%. So what do I mean? When the market bounces, okay, let me say, my robot bought here, and the market bounces from here. The robot will sell this and this. And since it is one shot, it will get out of that trade. If the market bounces from here, if the market bounces from the 5th call, my robot will sell the 4th call, the 3rd call, the 2nd call, and the 1st call, all at once, right? Okay, let me block some of these messages all at once, and it will give me 3%. Even if it buys up to the 10th call, but my strategy mode, let me get back here, but my strategy mode on this coin is this, the whole warehouse mode. Even if it buys 100 times, that's where my robot will take off profit. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? All right. But if I want my robot to make more money, and I put here 10 margin, if you're already in floating loss, I put here 15 margin calls. What am I taking care of? From the 5th call to the 15th call, each call is now independent. When the robot buys at the 5th call and the market bounces back on the 5th call, my robot will sell this call independently. This goes with the 6th call, the 7th call. Each call is independent. It's not in one group. And so, having put in more than 4 calls and having put my strategy mode in the submit mode real-time settlement, why do I do that, ladies and gentlemen? I do that because My robot has already bought more than 4 times, and I want it to buy more and be able to sell down the line when the market bounces. Remember, if you look at the candlesticks, all right, the market goes up and goes down and goes up and goes down, which means you can still make profit down even if you are in floating loss. Let me emphasize this point, all right, as I'm not sharing my screen. Even if you are in floating loss on a particular coin, go and open your margin calls to the submit mode real-time settlement. You will be making profit even when this coin is floating. Hello? Even if this coin is floating, why do you say that the coin is independent? It's not the coin that is independent. The trade is independent. Once the robot has bought the 5th call and the market bounces on the fifth call, the robot will sell what it has bought on the 5th call alone. I hope that is clear now. Another, you just need to follow. You are asking the same thing I've been teaching. You have one margin call. I've been explaining. Add on more. You had 1, turn it to 5, turn it to 7, depending on your capital. Distribute your money. You're answering the same question I'm talking about. How do you say there's no peculiar settings? I've answered that. There's no peculiar settings, sir. You just need to say, according to my capital, according to my capital, your capital, the money you have, that is at your disposal, that is in your USDT. How do I want this robot to buy when this coin falls by a certain percentage? Let me get back to the 6th call. So you put in these calls and each is independent. I'll keep this to 5. Then you want to set, if the market bounces on the 5th call, my robot should take 2%. But it can only take that 2%, ladies and gentlemen, if your trading strategy is in the sub-mid mode real-time settlement. Please, don't put it at the sub-mid mode. If you do here, it will sell, but your profit will not reflect. So keep it at the sub-mid mode real-time settlement. I'll keep mine at the whole warehouse mode because my robot has not bought any time. But if I'd bought more than 4, then I would change to the sub-mid mode real-time settlement. Remember, the margin calls will help you to turn a market that is against you into a market that is profitable for you. I think I've done my best to try to explain. What of the strategy of the sub-mid mode real-time settlement? I don't understand you, Mohammed. As long as you have put your coin in the sub-mid mode real-time settlement, you are saying 5th call to the 100th call. Each is independent. When my robot buys, let the robot sell each call independently. Let me say the market bounces on the 6th call, because when it buys and it bounces after it had bought that call, the robot will sell depending on the set percentage of that call that you have created. The margin call. I don't know if it creates sense for you, but just keep on attending. Tomorrow I'll be talking about networking skills. I think we shall have some more good networkers. I have here my brother, leader OBM. We have Queen Annalyn, leader Reda. So if you are interested in learning how to build a team, solve down the blog. It will be conducted by me, Mr. Mbiru, and other leaders. I will speak to my brother OBM. Let us come here and share with you networking nuggets you need to use to go and build your team. Sorry, sir, please, where did you click on the strategy mode of the submit mode real-time settlement? Please, I want to know where you clicked it. And one question, is it a must we have to set in every trade? Pascom, understand how you feel. But I've said if someone is already in floating loss, all right, you can decide, okay, let's go slow. I tapped you on strategy mode. There are three. There is world warehouse mode. There is sub-mid mode. There is sub-mid mode real-time settlement. Touch here, confirm. Then on your trade settings, you have more than 4 margin calls. But if your robot has bought 4 times and above, but mine has not yet bought those times, that's why I keep it in the whole warehouse mode. What does this mean? Even if the robot has bought 10 times, once the market bounces, let it sell everything and I get out of that trade. I hope I've explained, I've tried to explain it clear to you. Let me see if it's now clear to you. Pasco and Muhammad. All right. Okay. Because of the need, because of the need of people to understand this, I know some of us are using the copy trader. All right. I know some of us are using the copy trader, but wow, there is here a good signal. Buy Zen, Zen stroke USDT. Okay. Let me share. My duty is to share. The duty is to set your trades right. My duty is to share. Your duty is to set your trades right. Not with excitement. Okay, this coin is Zen. 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 And Zen is even at negative 11. Why? This guy is buying the bottom and saying 2% and has a preset price. Let me look at it here with Coach J. It has a preset price of 30.87. It's at the bottom. So even if you wait and remain patient, have a call. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I hope that is clear. Please be slow if you don't get the gist very well. Come in again. I'm going to do another. Wow, that's beautiful. Please, if I change the whole warehouse mode to sub-mid mode to make some profit, and you decide to go back to the whole warehouse mode, if you feel the coin is good, is it possible to change? It is possible to change when the robot has not bought more than 4 times. When it has not bought more than 4 times, but if it has bought more than 4 times, then you can't change. Please show us how to set the signal you just dropped. I'm not trading that signal. Okay, you know, with trading, it is, I just want to close this. With trading, it is your choice. I don't have a reason why I jump on another trade when I'm still suffering with this. That is my nature, by the way. I trade a maximum of 2 coins. Okay, if you want to trade this coin, look at the current price. Okay, and come to the signal. I don't know where it is now. Okay, Zen stroke USDT. Even if it is one short, set margin calls. He says preset price 30.87. Okay, you see 30.85. So you put in a preset price 30.87. You confirm. Now, I explained the other time. Don't tap start. before this coin hits this price, because if you press start now, this trade will start. So I'll just wait. It hits now, I start. Now, I'm not going to trade this coin. Now it tap start. So you're saying trade settings. Okay, it depends on your capital. But me, usually, my first buying amount is $100. The take profit I've seen on that coin is 2%. So you come and put 2%. I'm not going to trade this coin. After starting, you come now and edit the margin calls. If your capital is $200, it means 200. The rest of the $100 in the margin calls. So I put 5 margin calls if I'm going to trade this coin, and I say this coin goes down by 2%, my robot buy 1 time. If this robot coin goes down by 5%, my robot buy 2 times. That is $30. How much am I remaining? 70. It goes down, let me say, by 10%, my robot, please. It may not do this. This is 50, that is 60. I remain with 40, all right. It goes down by 15%, my robot buy 2 times. All right, it goes down, let me say maximum 20%, my robot buy 2 times. That's my $100. And I save this. Save. Then I will not care whether this coin will go down or this coin will go up. Me, I will just have set my trade and I'm done. I don't know if it's making sense to you. I don't care. After setting my trade, I don't care whether the coin will go up. If it goes up, congratulations, my 1 shot will work out. If it goes down, I will still be able to bring the margin calls closer to the current price, and I can jump off that trade. Please, I'm a new baby in Royalq. Can I know the basic 3 difference or between the 3 types of strategy mode when I use them? I've explained that in my explanation. Maybe you come back. But I've said whole warehouse mode, you want everything to sell. Submit mode works on the 5th call, 6th call, 50th to the 100th call. Slowly, you'll be able to understand. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, allow me close the training for today. God bless you. If you are new, catch up with the same link. 30 minutes after the evening call, I go a little bit more slow about how to set your trade by yourself. Join that session. It's done by me for only 30 minutes. And that will basically help you so much if you want to trade by yourself. But if you're not interested in this stress, of learning what to do, use a copy trader, sync the strategy, follow the instruction, you still make some profits along the line. But if you want to maximize profit, I would say it is better. Wow, I love this move by Instagram. I would say it would be better, ladies and gentlemen, for you to learn how to set the 1 shot. When you set the 1 shot, provide margin calls that if the market goes against you, you can be able to bounce back in profit than sitting in floating